Over the past few days, I've been paying attention to what's been going on in Iran with the funeral procession and the festivities or the memorial for the Ayatollah in Iran. And of course, these people are sad, and a lot of reports coming out that saying that the people of Iran is not really with what's going down. And of course, they say that about the United States. They've said that about Israel, Ukraine, Russia, and everything. Anybody that has military action going on or over the abundant police action, of course, the people are going to be upset, or they're going to tell us that. But I watched the videos. I watched a lot of them over the past few days. And I don't think the people are that upset about the procedures going on in Iran, the policies and politics going on with Iran. In fact, it showed what I could tell that a majority of the people shown was really supportive of the military stance that Iran has taken. So it begs to wonder what really is going on. There's been rumors been circulating since February when the Ayatollah was murdered in Iran. I use that word accordingly. It was a combined effort by the United States and Israel that took the Ayatollah out and several other people of the command. And if I remember right, and I usually do, they used tracking information to find where this Ayatollah was and then proceed with the strike. Intelligence provided by the United States and, of course, what Israel had. Of course, this is all part of the military action that's been going on in the Middle East. I'm not saying I'm for or against either one right now. But what I want to point out now, this has been a thing that's been going on for 5 years. Not with just Israel and Iran and Syria and so forth and all these other countries, but also with Russia and Ukraine and all that associated. And that word is nuclear. Nuclear weapons has been used. That's exactly it. I reported on this about Ukraine and Russia several months ago that there was tactical nukes being used. And there's more and more evidence coming out with the injuries that's reported and everything, the burns and etc. like that, the annihilation going on. It supports this. But we want to go back to Israel and all the things that's going on. One of the reasons, I guess one of the bigger reasons why there's such an uproar going on in Iran with what's currently going on is because they are saying that Israel and or the United States use nukes in the Middle East against Iran. Now, we can't come out and say that Israel has them because Israel swears up and down they don't, but we know better. And that's for a fact. They do have nukes and other weapons of mass destruction that they don't report because they come from the United States, Japan, and other countries aligned with Israel. Fukushima was an example of what goes on if you don't agree with Israel. Right before Fukushima happened, Japan had, I forget how many pounds of enriched uranium ready to ship to Iran for their nuclear projects. Then they was hit with an earthquake and then an explosion at the Fukushima plant where the nuclear fusionable material was contained, stored. So it was hit, and that was the nukes used, or nuclear energy was released. And it's been said over and over again that Israel is using nukes, tactical nukes in their area, and it's not being reported properly. Subdued media, in the Middle East, and the subdued media in Europe, and Ukraine, and Russia. Nukes are on the board. That's all there is to it. The United States and Israel has violated every nuclear peace deal, especially Israel, and they should be held accountable for this action, and not the people. Because we didn't vote for this. We didn't agree to none of this. The command and control structure of the United States government and military decided to aid Israel in nuclear operations in the Middle East. And I'll state it again. The United States is complicit in the nuclear fatalities and destruction going on in the Middle East. The United States is. and may be complicit in what nukes is going on in Europe between Ukraine and Russia. Can't tell for sure, but both places have accounted for confirmed data that nukes have been used, especially in the Middle East. That's the one that really bothers me quite a bit because Israel, of course, is behind it. It's only one thing I can say about this right now, guys, and I've felt this ever since I was a child, even before I was baptized, that fuck Israel. Y'all have a groovy day.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.